Hey, good evening, everybody. I just want to teach you and show you about a hot new tool that I've got for you. It's called the Ultimate Outcome Design Tool. And I've got it on the screen here. And let me tell you how I first discovered this. Approximately 25 years ago or so, when I was still flying. No, more than 25 years ago. When I was in flight school, I went out on my first aerobatic solo flight. And upon getting ready to enter the loop, I pulled back on the stick, and then I got the rudder shakers, which is a early warning system of an impending stall with the aircraft. So I didn't complete the loop. I ended up pushing the stick forward, coming out of the loop, and I ended up going back to the base and didn't complete that part of the maneuver. Everything else on the flight went fine, but it was the first time during aerobatics without the instructor in the back of the plane. And when I analyzed this and reflected back, I realized that right before I was about to enter the loop, I started thinking about what one of the other students, one of my colleagues, had experienced 2 weeks prior, where he went into the loop, stalled the aircraft at the top of the loop, and then started somersaulting out of the air backwards. And that thought was in my mind, and that's how I came up with this concept called the STEAM principle, which is situation, thought, emotion, action, manifestation. And the actual terminology I didn't get until probably a year ago, after going through some training and so forth, and then putting words to all the things that I felt. So getting back to the story, 2 weeks after I didn't successfully do the loop for my solo flight, I had another flight that was an aerobatic solo flight, which was my second one, after having gone back up with the instructor a few times practicing loops. Prior to the solo flight, had never messed up on a loop or got the stall warning. And this time I thought to myself, I've been successful every other time. I will be successful this time. So on that flight, I pulled up into the loop, and this time I pulled back on that stick like I expected everything to work out, and it did. Completed the loop, completed the flight with no issues whatsoever. So what I want you to learn from this is that our thoughts, our emotions impact our actions, which impact what we manifest. So I've got this great tool here that's going to allow you to work through these issues, whether it's in your life, your business, your career, whatever it is you're doing. It is a universal concept. And the way it works is we start on the current side. We determine what is the situation. The situation is factual. For me, the situation was I needed to conduct an aerobatic solo flight. That was the situation. It's a fact. Then my thoughts. The thoughts I was having was my friend somersaulting out of the air backwards. Emotion that brought up fear. The action was I didn't pull back on the stick, so I was hesitant. So an action can be an action, a reaction, or inaction. So for me, it was I hesitantly pulled back on the stick. What did I manifest? Almost stalling the aircraft. So that's the first part of STEAM principle. Now, what you would want to do is re-engineer it. So what did I want to manifest in the future? A successful loop. So what actions would I need to take to have a successful loop? Moving to step 7. I would have to pull back on the stick with confidence. Okay? So what emotions, what new emotions or feelings must I have that would drive me to take new actions? Well, I'd have to have confidence. So in order to have confidence, what thoughts would I have to have? The thoughts that I would need to have to experience the emotion or feeling of confidence is that I could do it. And I just refocused and reframed my thoughts to the past, looking at past successes. So those past successes were every other time that I tried to do the loop maneuver, it worked out just fine. And then finally, what I have here is your STEAM checklist. So as you determine what your situation is, you would check that off, just like as such. And once you've got your thoughts under control, you check that off. Once your emotions and feelings under control, check that off. Actions, check that off. And then once you've manifested your ultimate outcome, it's congratulations, you have achieved your next level. So this is a great tool that I've got for you, absolutely free. I was introduced to a similar thought pattern like this from another woman who went through a training program. Cost her $8,000 to get this concept. I had experienced this concept, and I have invested a lot in myself over the past 2 years in personal development. So I've just put this tool together for you. Anybody can use it. You can use this as a self-coaching tool. Some other information I have for you is my contact information, my social media links, information where you can stay in touch with me. Text WJMSS to the number 22828. That's WJMSS to the number 22828. Finally, over here, I've got an offer to provide you a breakthrough session, 30 minutes. If you click on this link here, that will take you to a schedule page. So this is a great tool, and I am so ecstatic to be able to offer it to you all today. Thank you. Take care.